Hello and welcome back to another podcast. Today, I am building an NHL Dream Team and possibly a second team or backups for a Dream Team, however you want to put it. Only the starting lineup. I'm not doing full that. And it's current players. Um, Now to start, the players available are currently under contract. So they have to still be playing. That takes Wayne Gretzky, Howe, Lemieux, Yager, those guys are all off the list. Now I'm going to start off with the best team basically you can get right now. Again, script was made before the playoffs, so some of these could be changed. For that, my goalie is Andrei Vasilevsky. That is not ever going to change, probably. It's an obvious choice. He's the best goalie in the league. He's got the stats to back it up. He's been in the top three his entire career. Three now, three final appearances, two cups since 14-15 when he started to start. That's almost 50% chance of making the finals. So, three-time Vezina Trophy finalist with one and a Hart finalist for the Lightning. That just makes the decision easier. And honestly, he should have two Vezina trophies. He got robbed. No disrespect to Fleury, but how did Fleury do in the playoffs? How did Vazzy do in the playoffs? You got to look at the all-around. So he's the best goalie that you can pick, and nobody else is, really that close. You can argue Hellebuck, Price, but I don't know. Hellebuck would maybe be second. I don't know. I don't want to hear how the Lightning have a super team either, because it's how Vazzy gets easy shots against. It's not true. As a HockeyReference.com has him as facing 82% high quality shots. That means that he's a solid goaltender if 82% of the shots he takes are high quality shots. He makes great saves. The behind the back glove save, NHL 22 trailer dropped today. That features in it, so that's good. He's amazing with playing the puck, and he gets assists constantly. 15 assists and 300 starts. That's really good for a goalie. Next up, we've got defense. This is really tough because there's a lot of good defensemen this year. Last year, I guess, because this is going up in the summer, like late August. The script was made in May. This one's gonna take a while to edit, probably. This guy's had a solid career, and it's got to be John Carlson. I know now it's probably different. You could argue McCarr, but I do honestly think Carlson's up there. He gets good points a lot. He's up there for numbers. In the last 10 years, makes him a good fit for defense. He can play the body really well, 6'3", 218. He can shoot. He scores a lot, and he's by far the Capitals' best defenseman. He's an all-around perfect player, to play on a dream team. That's why he's on the team. Next up, we have the reigning playoff MVP, Victor Hedman. Don't call me biased. He's the best D-man. He was the best D-man last year. This year, he was arguably the best, if not top three this year. He's the Lightning's leading scorer for the shortened season, if that's telling you something. And he held it for a while. He has the second most points for a D-man in the 2021 season. He's been along the top of the charts for most of his career with the Lightning. And, he's a good leader, too. He's got the alternate captain for Tampa. So that would make me want to give him the alternate captain. He's got good leadership skills. His ability to shoot, pass, hit, play the body. He's really good, just all around. With all the defense filled, we will move on to the wingers and then the center. Starting at left wing, with many difficult choices and options, I have decided on Artemi Panarin. There are many different routes you can take for wings. Ovechkin at left for the one-timing, playmakers at the other two spots. You could make the other spots snipers and wingers playmakers. And for my team, I'm deciding to do that route with having Panarin at left wing. Panarin has had, a lot of decent seasons in the past, but the last 2 years have been influencing the decision for me to take him. 59 and 63 assists in the last 2 years, with many more this year. Panarin can move the puck up the ice and, get a quick shot off, or he can move the puck around to different players. who can finish as shown in his assist total. He's a playmaker. And he's all around the best fit probably for my team based on the other players that I will be taking. Next up at right wing, there are three people who are in my mind that makes it tough because one of the players is hurt, not anymore. He was at the time of this. The other is he was in a down year. Great, in 1920, but the final player is the worst of all three when they're healthy, but it's currently the best. Not anymore. Again, this is going to change, but the three players that you can probably guess, in case you can't, Kucherov, Pastrnak, Rantanen, and Patrick Kane, probably a good choice as well. It's hard to choose this one, but I'm going to choose Nikita Kucherov. I know, he's another Lightning player. It's not my fault their team's just loaded front to back. Kucherov had one of the best, if not the best, seasons in the decade with 120 points in 82 games. The only other season that's remotely close is McDavid this year, or in 2018 when he put up 118. And real quick, let me introduce you to my center, Connor McDavid. It's either Point, Draisaitl, McDavid, and McDavid's easily the best player in the league. Might be the best player of all time, but we need to give him time. He needs the boys in Edmonton to really pick it up if he wants to get top 5 all time. But imagine having Panarin setting up plays to the finishers McDavid and Kucherov, or Kucherov to McDavid and Panarin. All three players can pass and score. They're so valuable to their teams. The amount of Hart trophies there would be it would make a super team for sure. Kucherov's the grinder and body for the forward line. He's not afraid to get gritty. He can dangle. Some of the best hands behind, of course, his teammate Connor. And for head coach, I've chosen Peter DeBoer. I really want to say John Cooper, but let's just be real. We can't have the whole team be Tampa Bay. So, he's carried the Golden Knights to becoming a powerhouse in the Western Conference. That's my first line on the Dream Team. Vazzy and net, Hedman and Carlson. On D, with Kucherov, McDavid, and Panarin loading rockets with shots and breakaways. Their speed will be talent. As for the second line on offense, I'm quickly saying my team. It'd be Draisaitl at center. I honestly think Point might be better playoff line, like all around. But if we're basing on regular season, it's Draisaitl. But the argument's there. Point's probably a better choice, depending on the time of the year. Draisaitl's talented with the puck. He could score. At left, we have the grade A Alex Ovechkin. That's my power play dude right there. Fantasy points all day, even though I haven't had him in fantasy once, because there's better choices. He can finish. That's why, the strat is to give him the puck when he's on the dot. And finally, for offense, on right wing, I know I gave, Patrick Kane a little bit of hate. I said Pastrnak and Rantanen over him. I'm putting Patrick Kane here. You gotta, get the playmaking ability for Ovi and Draisaitl. Draisaitl and Kane, they're gonna have to, utilize Ovi. He's one of the best players with hands. The hands department's there, and his shooting first. If there's a shootout. So, as for defense, I have to go with Roman Josi. Amazing shot and play at the blue line. Good fantasy defenseman too. There will be another fantasy podcast coming up too. I'm going to predict the NHL standings before it, I think. And then, right around October, probably hit fantasy up. But my other deep, tough spot. There's so many players. Quinn Hughes, Pietrangelo kind of went down, Burns went down, but Dougie Hamilton's there, Slavin's there. But the guy I'm going with, Cale Makar, because for his second big year, he's one of the best defensemen in the league. He might not be the best, on his career based on the candidates, but, he's so good, and it's so fun to watch him play. And it's cool to watch him, in the Avs succeed. The President's Trophy. And for the fun of the game, my goalie will be Hellebuck. We need more fun on our team. Fleury's on the script, but I'm changing that. Hellebuck's just, we'll put Fleury and Hellebuck. They'll split 50-50. Head coach, we're going with John Cooper. He's probably up. Him and DeBoer, along with maybe Quenneville, they're top 3 probably coaches. Bruce Cassidy again. Like there's good choices there. Craig Berube's, decent. Yeah. Next up, I want to build a team of $15 with players, but I can't right now. We'd just be out of time. This is going to be a shorter one, as you can tell. With that, we are done with the episode. My dream team, it's stacked to the fullest potential. Every player is capable of doing everything. So make sure to like, subscribe, follow, check out the merch. Why not? Some of it might suck, and I know that, but other of it, don't, by the way, this right here, that's a messed up photo. But, what about, this right here, the striped sweatshirt, the water bottle, you can drink out of it, get a little t-shirt and a hoodie, why not, huh? You got nothing to lose, pretty cheap. Make sure to like and subscribe. Socials are on the screen. Yeah. Help us out. I'll make more videos. Thank you, guys.